I feel like you guys played tonight as a team?
I think defensively we played pretty good. I'd say we stopped most of their gimmies, their go-to plays. They like to run the flex action a lot. I think we kind of stopped that, and we forced a lot. I say we forced a good amount of turnovers. We forced 17 turnovers, so I think we did a good job on that end.
You guys limited to 3 turnovers yourselves in the second half. How'd you feel about the halftime improvements you guys made?
I say personally, I got to do better, especially in the first half, limiting turnovers. In the first half, I feel like we could have had the game like 25-24, but instead it was a bigger deficit. So if we would have had it within 1 or up 1 or something like that, I think it would have been a better turnout for us in our favor. But still, give Auburn credit.
Like last year, a lot of close games, especially on the road, not going your way. What can you guys do to start turning that around soon?
Honestly, it's just going back to the lab, going back to the drawing board, figuring out the things that we need to work on. Obviously, it's turnovers, shooting, even myself, free throw shooting. But I mean, there were some positives in this week. I'd say like we didn't turn the ball as much over as the last 2 games. We didn't have that many turnovers, but this game we had 15. So we just got to work on things like that. And they shot the ball really well, so just running them off the line, things like of that nature. So just a lot of things we need to work on.
What clicked for you guys at the free throw line tonight?
James, just before the game, he was just showing me other routines and figure out just things of that nature. But for the other players, it's just in the heat of the moment, we know we need those free throws. So and we always harping on those free throws, so we just got to make them. And Coach James helped me a lot with those. So.
I thought he was fired as your free throw coach, you said.
He hired us so bad. So, yeah.
This is probably the toughest environment you've played in so far this season. I guess does that kind of help you guys a little bit down the road?
I don't know if it was the toughest environment, but it was a good environment. I thought Tennessee was a pretty good environment as well, but honestly, it was just a good game overall, from the start to the finish. I think we scrapped really well. I think Auburn gave us a good shot, and they came out in the second half really hot. So, like I said, give credit to Auburn and credit to Coach Pearl.
How motivated are you guys to face Tennessee again?
Very motivated. I know it's just another game, but it left a sour taste in our mouth. So we got to protect the hump.
We knew they were going to get after us and be real aggressive on defense, and tip of the cap to Auburn, getting a bunch of deflections and turning us over, but we just didn't get enough shots on goal. We didn't get to the free throw line at all in the first half, and obviously we flipped the script a little bit in the second half. But I was proud of our fight. I thought they fought and stuck together, and a really hard place to play, and we dug ourselves a hole, and in the end it was too much to overcome.
Even in the loss, I guess, how big was it to get kind of back on track with that free throw shooting a little bit?
We'll see. It's a one-game thing, and certainly it's been a hot topic in our program, and understandably so. And I was glad that in the second half, not only did we get there a bunch, and we got rewarded for being aggressive and getting in the paint and getting downhill, but like you said, we made the majority of them. 75% obviously is a number that we would take with a smile right now.
Is it frustrating to fix that, for this game and then struggle so much from 3?
Sure. I'm not sure how many college basketball games have been won when you're 0 for 18, from the three-point line, especially on the road. And but I thought we took really good shots. I don't remember maybe one shot that wasn't a rhythm shot, and he was open. Shaq Moore took a dribble in 3 on the left side there kind of late, and he was almost surprised. He was so open, and he shot it because he was open, and that's what guys do, and I get that. It just wasn't a rhythm shot. It wasn't what we're trying to run a set, and it wasn't that. Dribble into the 3, and I think they just were mismatched for a second and had an opening. But yeah, we didn't knock him down, and I hate to say this, but it just becomes contagious. When you start making free throws, other people make them. When you struggle from the three-point line, sometimes it works that way too. And it became contagious for Auburn in a good way. They shot the cover off the ball. made some tough shots. The shot at the end of the half that Flanagan made, I thought was a big shot. You know, 5-point game, 8-point game, and you know how each team feels going into the locker room. But they made a lot of threes tonight.
What was it about Jalen Williams that kind of made him, you know, have such a good game tonight? He was kind of tough to guard.
He's a good player. I mean, he's a good player, and had a lot of respect for him coming into the game, and he just got going early. You know, and sometimes when guys get in that rhythm and the basket looks bigger, he made early shots, and he certainly was a load for us this evening.